So in the last class, what we discussed? Okay. So we are discussing up to substitute, right? Substitute up to substitute we are discussing. Today we need to discuss about the submit form. Okay. So what is submit form will do? That means if you want to save the data permanently, permanently from the data source itself, then you have to use submit form. Okay. Suppose in a form, whatever details you are given, those details, if you want to save permanently from the data source itself, then you have to use submit form. Okay. Then you have to use submit form. Okay. What submit form will do? That means if you want to, that means if you want to any particular form, there are two forms are there, right? Display form, edit form. In edit form, you are changing, you are modifying the records, right? So those records, if you want to save permanently from the data source as well as in the app, then we have to use a function called submit form. Okay, that means it will save permanently the form data into the data source, that it is called a submit form. Let's see practically. Suppose, for example, see here, this is a form, right? This is a form. Okay. See, this, not this one. See, this is a form. In this form, whatever details we are entering or modifying the record, that need to be submitted to the data source. So for that, I'm taking validate, validate or check. See, checkbox. Suppose I'm taking this icon. Okay. Not this one. See here, there is an icon, right? So in this one, okay. So in this one, what? So in this particular icon, what I'm writing here, submit form. Which related form you want to submit it, that form name you have to write it. Understand? You have to write the form name here. Okay. Which form related you want to submit and save the data into the data source, that related form name. Here I need to give form one. Okay. See here. That's it. Okay. After this, and just I need to uh, show a message whether it is updated properly in the data source or not. We need to. So for that, we already discussed, right? Notify function. Okay. For in the notify function, you just need to mention like successfully uh, form data is saved. Um, is saved. So this is the message I want to display. So we already have the notify function, right? So if you want to display any message, then you have to use like notify function. In the notify function, in the double quotes, you just need to mention it. That's it. Suppose, for example, see here, when I run the application, run it. Now, what I want to do is, see here, actually, suppose, for example, yeah, this is Andy campaign and customer number is 50. I want to change customer number is 5001. Okay. like this. And first name is 231. I'm changing Blanchy 231. And last name is this one. Like suppose anything like 46. This is what in the form I modify the records. Then click on this check one. Okay. Whenever it is checked, that means in the form what details are there, those details are saved successfully in the data source itself. See here, successfully form data is saved. Let's see whether it is saved or not. Let's see practically. Go to this particular OneDrive data because those are OneDrive data only, right? So that's the reason OneDrive data. And here, like this is the one customers, right? Customers related. Open that one. Yeah. See here, customer number 5001, right? See here, it is updated or not? Okay. In the same record, whichever value previously what it is there, that it is changed and it will show the result here. Understand clearly or not? This is submit form. That means whatever form details are there, if you want to save the data permanently from the data source, then must and should you have to use submit form. Okay. Understand clearly or not? So whenever you are creating default canvas app, you created a default canvas app, right? So whenever you create a default canvas app, in that, in the edit screen is there, right? See here in edit screen. In edit screen, this is the option it is there. See, check one. In this one, the submit form function only it is applied because I want to save the data into the data source itself. So if you want to save the data permanently into the data source as well as in the app also, then you have to use submit form. Okay. This function is applied for only forms, not for any other elements. Okay. This function is applied only for forms. Understand clearly? Okay. Next one. Is it clear? Anyone having any doubts? Okay. Next one is sum function. You already know it. Okay. Just I want to show the result. That's it. See here. Suppose we have the customer number is there. Okay. So that means I want to sum means total. I want to calculate the total of a particular column. Then you have to use a function called sum. Okay. Let's see. Suppose for example, what is this one? Like delete this one. Just put a label here. Text label. In this text label, see, in place of this one, sum of, okay. So first you have to write the data source name. That means what data source it is. Like what data source it is. Like table one, suppose for example. And here I want to calculate the customer number as a total. Okay. Then select this one. Close this. Understand or not? That total will be calculated for only customer. If you want, you can check it from the data source itself. What is the total of the customer number? That you can see it. See here, this is a customer number, right? So if you select the customer number, you will see the sum of values, right? What is the sum of values are there that it will be displayed, right? So this is the customer number. But here, why it is showing like this? Ready to take 379812345. This one, why it only this one it will take? because it is character. Okay, this is a character value. So that's the reason you have to give the proper numeric column, any column, like um 1 second, like customer number, it is okay. Is there any numeric? Okay, VIP level, see here, VIP level is there, right? So you have to calculate the VIP level here itself. Okay, and VIP level. See that 170 value will comes, right? So whether 170 value is there or not. See here. So actually here some values are character, some values are numeric. That's the reason the Power Apps cannot recognize it. So you have to give the proper numeric or decimal related column. Some function is applied for which columns, which type of columns, like numeric or decimal related. So you have to pass a proper numeric or a decimal related column. Definitely will get the result. But in some function, what you have to do, you have to write the table name here, and after that column name, just column name, table name comma column name. Whenever you write like this, in that particular column, whatever values are there, all the values, it will calculate the sum of that particular one. Understand or not? Don't forget this one, the table name comma column name. Understand clearly or not? Next one is second. That means if you have date and time values are there. What is that? If you have date and time values are there, in the time values, if I want to extract the seconds part, then you have to use seconds. Suppose, for example, let's see here few of the examples, like see here. Suppose I'm creating a new column here in this add column. Along with these columns, I'm creating a new column here. Okay. Uh, Suppose, for example, no, don't confuse it here. Like add columns. Okay. So here in the add columns, I'm creating a new column here. Okay. Under this column, see. Okay. Here first what you need to write? Column name. What is the column name? Second. Okay. In this one, what I want to display? I want to display in the date and time column, you have to take it. In that second function, if you apply it from the date and time, whatever the seconds parts is there, that it will be extracted. So see here, second of, you need to call the function name second. Okay, in this, right now we didn't have any date and time related values are there, columns are there. Okay, so if I want to display our current date and time, then with that current date and time we have time, right? So that's the reason I'm passing. If you want to display current date and time means which function we have to pass it. Okay, we already discussed one. Okay, we need to pass like which function it is. If you want to display the current date and time means, yes, very good. Now function, you just need to pass the now function here. Understand? See, close the bracket. That's it. Add that particular column. Whenever you add it, that column is added. See here, what is the seconds time here? 40 seconds. Okay. So after 10 seconds, you see here, it is changed to 16, right? That means whenever we are implementing at that point of time, it is the seconds is 40. Okay. So that means the seconds value, that means in the date and time column, if you want to extract only seconds part, Okay, then you have to use second function here. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Next one is sort by columns or sort. There are two functions are there to sort the column. Okay. One is sort by columns and sort function. What is the difference between these two? In sort function, okay, in sort function, we can sort only one column. Understand or not? We can sort only one column. But in sort by column, we can sort multiple columns once at a time. Understand? That is the main difference between those two. Understand or not? Let's see here. Um, Suppose, for example, maybe you may be confused for this one. So I'm taking a new screen, then I will show you. In this one, okay. So first of all, we need to take the data table and load the data. Like this is the data I loaded, and whichever column you want, you can take those columns. Okay, first name, last name, agent name. Suppose these three columns only I required it. See here, those three columns it is. Now, for this, what I want to do is I'm applying both the functions, sort and sort by columns. Let's see how it will work. Suppose, for example, under these items, under this particular table, okay, I'm applying a sort function. Okay, first sort function. First data source name, that means table one, comma, which column you want to sort it, that column name you have to select it here. Okay, suppose for example, I want to sort first name. Okay, then you have to select that column name, comma, either you want to that particular first name column either ascending order basis or descending order basis, means that you have to select it here. Ascending means like this it will be. Descending means that it will take different. Understand or not? See here. If it is ascending, see, if it is a numeric or a decimal or a date column means in the, that means lowest to highest value if it is ascending. Descending means highest to lowest value. But for character, how it will be sorted? That means if it is a character, whatever starting value is there, understand? Whatever starting value is there, starting character is there, based on that, it will be sorted. That means A to Z is an ascending order and Z to A is an descending order. That means in the first name column, whatever the starting character is there, based on that, it will be sorted. Understand? Because it won't take complete column, complete cell value. It will take only first character. With that first character, it will be sorted. Understand clearly or not? See like this. If you want to sort, suppose if you want to sort the combination of columns, like multiple columns, then see here, it will throw an error because, okay, sort function will sort only one column. See here, source, expression, and order. Three only parameters. You cannot take multiple columns. You cannot sort multiple columns. Then if you want to sort multiple columns means, then you have to use sort by columns. See here, in sort by columns also same, like table name and column name, which order it is, like this, and how many columns you required it. Suppose for example, based on the, see here, you have to take the proper column name. This is not the proper column name. In sort, column name is different. In sort by columns, column name is different. In sort by columns, you have to take the column name in the double quotes related one. Okay, this is the one. Understand? Like this and comma. So another column name. What is the another column name? That you have to take it. Okay, comma. In which order you want to sort it? Either ascending order or descending order this column. Okay, that means the first name is sorted in ascending order and last name is also sorted in descending order. How it will be sorted? That means combination of first name and last name. Those related records it will be sorted. Very important point. Combination of first name and last name related whatever values are there. That means the combination of first name first character, last name first character, whatever it is there, though based on those it will be sorted. Understand clearly or not? Okay, A related first name, whatever A related are there. In that A related, last name, whichever, if it is sorted, in that this A related, what it is there, those related values only it will be sorted. Understand clearly or not? Like this. Understand? In sort by column, you can take n number of columns and you can sort those columns. Understand clearly, but very important point is in sort function the column names are like without giving single quotes directly you can give the column name like first name whatever name is there that name. The meaning of this one is in sort whatever display name is there. What is the display column name here in this element? First name. You have to take, that means sort function will take the display name. That means whatever name it is displayed in the element, that name it will take it. But sort by columns are takes the data source related columns. What data source related column names are there? Those columns. That means those related columns those, that means if it is a data source related columns means those column names are in double quotes it will be there. Understand clearly or not? Okay, that is the another difference. Okay, sort by columns always it will take the data source related columns and sort function will take the display name related columns. Understand or not? That is the difference. That's the reason in the sort function, the name is directly like without having a double quotes, the name, whatever it is there, column name is there, that it will take. But in sort by column, double quote data source related columns are always in the double quotes only, it will be there. Those related columns it will take. Understand clearly or not? That is the main. That is the main difference between sort by columns and sort function. Next one is shuffle. What is this one? Shuffle means if you want to reorder the table values. Okay. So whatever table records are displaying here, if these records, if you want to shuffle means reordering. That means see here Anitra is the first record, right? But whenever you are applying a shuffle function, maybe it will goes in some other row itself. That means it will shuffle. That means reorder the rows of that particular table. It will reorder the particular table records. Understand? Let's see how we can apply it. Understand? Suppose, for example, see, I'm removing all these things. Okay, or else you can, with that also you can apply it. See, there are two things. This is as a this is completely it take it as table name. Okay, because in shuffle function you just need to pass the table name. Automatically it will jumble the record. That means reorder the records of that particular table. Okay, so if you shuffle function, can we apply it here? Yes, you can apply it. So shuffle, see here, shuffle of, and this is considered as a table name. Understand or not? This is considered as a table name. Just you need to close the bracket. That's it. See here. See, whatever the first record is there, not displaying here. It is moved to another place itself. That means it will reorder that one. Okay. Understand clearly or not? Sometimes the functions are right like this only we can return. Okay. That means in shuffle function, you just need to pass the table name. I see with this particular function, table is generated, right? So that's the reason this complete one, you take it as a table one. Understand or not? This is a table name. And after that, and close the bracket, then automatically the that means it will reorder the records of that particular table. Understand clearly or not? Any doubts in this one? Okay. Next one. Next one is split. Split means what is split function will do. Suppose, for example, you will have some records are there. Suppose, for example, like this, the records are there. See here. Suppose in a single row, okay, we have multiple columns, multiple values with delimiter. See here, 2, comma, 4, comma, 5, comma, 7, comma, 8 like this. These values, I want to split it into multiple rows. Then you have to use a function called split. That means whatever values are there with a delimiter, if the values are there in a single cell itself, then if you want to convert it into multiple rows, okay, with delimiter, then you have to use split function. Let's see with example. See, suppose I'm taking a button here. I'm taking a button here. Okay. What is this button is like a split. I'm giving a name. In this, okay, actually, I need to mention a variable. Okay. So those related variable records, I want to show it in the data table. Okay. Let's see how we can do this one. Yeah, see here. See, I want to create a local variable. If you want to create a global variables means what function? Set function. So that set function yesterday itself we are discussing, right? Now, so here we need to discuss like local variable now. What is local variable? I told you, right? Local variable is nothing but holding a value. Variable is nothing but holding a value. Okay. So if you want to hold a value means you have to use local variables or global variables. Local variables are within the screen only it is accessible. Okay. Outside that means in the next that means outside of the screen those are not able to access it. Local. Global means it is accessed from any of the screen itself. Understand? See here. Here, like suppose, for example, I'm creating a local variable. Okay. If I want to create a local variable, then how to use this one? See here. Local variable means I told you what function? Update context. What is that? If it is a global variable, set. Understand? Update context. This is the function for local variable. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Suppose, for example, mm, first variable name. Okay. What is the variable name here? That variable name. Like suppose, for example, variable name is like split var. Okay. And split function. Okay. Inside the variable, I'm passing a split function. In the split function, what I want to pass it is, see, I'm passing a text like 1 comma 2 comma 5 comma 7 comma 9, like this I'm passing. First, any text with delimiter, whatever it is there, those comma, put comma here. And you want to split these values. Okay, you want to split these values into multiple rows. Okay, with what delimiter is there here? That delimiter you have to mention it here. Okay, that delimiter. See here. Understand or not? So in this, update context is the one. Update context is the function to mention, to declare the local variable. In this, open bracket, closer bracket, open bracket, in that curling braces. Inside the curling braces, okay, you have to give any variable, anything. Like, it is not specifically you have to use this one. It is, there is no like that. Any variable you can use it. Colon and a split function you have to use it. Okay. Inside the split function, you can mention that particular text. Okay. Any text. Comma. And inside this, what separator is there, that you have to mention it. Based on the separator only, it will be split. Understand clearly? See here. It will close it. Now, see. If you want to click on the button, whenever you click on the action for that particular button, then only variables are created. Okay. That means if you want to perform the button action means, see, you can play the app and click on particular button, or else by using alt plus click. Okay. That action will be performed automatically. Alt plus click. Alt plus click. Okay. Whenever you click on Alt plus click, okay, the button action will be performed. That means variable is automatically, it will be created. In that variable, what values are there, that it will be splitted. So how you can see the values, whether it is splitted means, in the left side, there is a variables. Is this the one? Okay. Click on this one. And under the context variables are there, right? So expand this one. Okay. So here, like, what's the one? Yeah, this is the one, right? So this is the one. And right click on this particular variable name. There you will see an option called view table. See here, what records you are mentioning in the variable, those are split into different rows. Okay. Understand clearly or not? 1, 2, 5, 7, like this. You see, not only this one. Okay. See here. So how many records are there? Those values are split into multiple rows. So if you want to, like, let's see, one second. You want to show the result. Let's try this one. I don't know whether the data table is taking the variables or not. Let's see. Directly here, what is the variable name? Split var, right? You have to mention this one. See here in the data table. In the data table, under the items, you have to you need to call this particular variable name. And in edit fields, what columns are there? Just you need to add that column. See value. See, those values are split. It will show. Understand or not? Okay. So can we test like whether this particular variable, local variable can be accessed in another screen itself? Let's see. Suppose, for example, I'm taking same data table, whatever data table I'm taking here, the same data table in one of the screen itself I'm taking here. Whatever. Copy and paste it here. So see here, is it particular local variables or calls in another screen? No, it will throw an error immediately. Understand clearly or not? Local variables are accessed within the screen only, not accessed in other screens. Understand clearly or not? Okay, this is how will be there. Understand clearly or not? Okay, this is local variables. Anyone having any doubts? Anyone? Prabhavati, Rupali, Achit, Jyoti, Kundan, Manashwini, Rupali. Anyone having any doubts up to now? Exactly. Okay. Now, next function. Okay. What is the next function? Split is completed. Next one is starts with. Okay. If suppose, for example, in a column, whether this any particular value is there in that particular cell or not, it will check it. If it is there, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Okay. Suppose in a column, if the value starts with something like C related what values are there? Those for all those rows, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Like this. Let's see with example. Suppose, for example, okay. So here, see here. Suppose, for example, this is a table, right? Okay. In this one, what I want to perform it is like I want to check it whether, okay, suppose whether the whatever values are in the first name, what values are starts with K, those related values I want to see it. Okay, see here. Then, so I want to add a new column. Add a new column means you have to apply the function called add columns. In the add columns, you just need to call which column name like starts with. Okay. What is the function name? Starts with function. In this, what is the column name? First, you have to mention the column. I'm mentioning first name. In the first name, so whichever values are starts with K, I want to see. For those related records, it displays true. Otherwise, it returns false. Okay, let's see. See here. K related what values are there? Starts with K related what values are there? For those related rows, it is written true. Otherwise, it returns false. Understand clearly now? This is about the starts with function. Okay. Always, if you want to, whichever values are starts with related records, whatever it is there, that way. So we already discussed ends with, right? Similar like this only. Understand? Next, switch function. See, switch means if you want to return multiple conditions and return multiple statements. Okay, what is that? If you want to return multiple conditions and multiple statements, then we have to use an option called switch function. We have to use a function called switch here. Okay, see here. Suppose, for example, uh, and I need to add few more columns. See here, location is there, right? I want to take the location. So based on that, I need to write some conditions into that one. See here, this is the one, right? Suppose, for example, see in add columns only, I'm writing a new column that it is switch. Okay, switch means first you have to write an expression, anything. By default, better to write true. Always you have to write true option, true function only. Okay, comma. Okay, what is the column name? Here itself you have to write the condition. Suppose if location is equal to Canada, okay, then I want to display the statement is CA like this. If it is, suppose for example, if it is again one more condition, okay, okay, suppose for example, location Australia, okay. If it is Australia, that means in the location column, if the value is Australia, then I want to display it as AUS, something like this. So like this, for you have to write the condition. In switch, first you have to write the true. This is the true function. Because whenever you write a true, always it will enters into the switch. Okay. Then here it will check the conditions. In the location, whether Canada is there. If it is Canada is there, then we need to return for those rows, I need to return as CA. If the location is Australia is there, then I need to return as AUS. If it is, suppose like this, you have to write the condition statement, condition statement, condition statement. That means if it is a last condition, directly you can write the statement, no need to write the condition. If it is a, suppose for example, there are 5 conditions are there. Up to 4 conditions, condition statement, like that 4 conditions, you have to write it. In the last one, in 5th condition, no need to write the condition. Directly you can write the statement. Suppose, for example, I'm mentioning others. Understand or not? Close the bracket. That's it. See, now add that particular column. See here, for wherever the location Canada is there, for those rows, CA is there. Wherever Australia is there, this is the text. For remaining values, I am putting as others. That's the reason. Other than these two, Canada and Australia, Remaining for all the other locations, it is displaying as others. Understand or not? This is switch. Switch means, see, even if also doing the same thing, right? Okay. In Power Apps, if also doing like condition statement, condition statement, condition statement. And switch is also doing like this. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Both are like, if you want to, based on the condition, if you want to return the statements, then either if or switch functions, you have to use it. Understand clearly or not? Okay. This is how you have to use it. Next one is T category of functions. In this one, this item, what is this item? Means if you want to display the column values, you cannot, if you want to take the column name in gallery or form, understand or not? In gallery or form, if you want to call the column name, directly you cannot call the column name. You have to write this item dot column name. Understand? In gallery and form, in these two elements, if you want to call the column names from the data source, means directly you cannot pass the column names. You have to call the column names by using a function called this item. This item dot column name you have to call. Let's see with example. Suppose, for example, see, for gallery and forms only, not for other one. Suppose, for example, I'm taking a gallery. See here, this is the gallery. Okay. In this gallery, you already know, right? In gallery, we can hold more than 3 columns only, not all the columns, right? Only we can hold 3 columns. So whichever first you need to load the data source, and after loading the data source, by default, it will take the columns. If you want to change those columns, see here, it is displaying like, what is that? It is displaying like agent name, something like, this is an agent name displaying. No, no, here it is like customer number, customer number. No, I want to take in place of customer number. These are the default columns from that particular table. It will, if you want, you can change it also in the gallery. Okay. How you can change it? You have to select that particular card. Okay. Then in that formula bar, you have to, whichever column you want to call it, how you can call the column name, this item, very important. In the gallery, if you want to call the data source particular column, means must and should, you need to pass this item, because directly you cannot pass the column name here. Okay. First name, like this. You cannot call this column name. Data source related column name, if you want to call it in the label, means you must and should in the gallery or in the form element, you have to call with this item dot, which column you want it, you have to call that column name, first name. See here, now it will be displayed. This item means a particular record. Understand? This item is function is used only in the gallery or in the form only elements. Understand clearly or not? Remaining are not required. Next one. Today. What today function will do? It will display the current date. Now function will display current date and time. But today function will display current date. Let's see. Suppose I'm taking a data label here. Okay. Text label. Sorry. Text label. So in this one, So what I am doing is today function I am applying. What is that? Today means only it will display the current date. Now function will display current date and time. Understand? That is the main difference between today and now. See here, it will display the current date. What is the current date here? That it will be displayed. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Current date. What I didn't understand, Prabhavati. I will unmute it and you can speak. You can ask the question there itself. Prabhavati. Yeah, tell me, Prabhavati. You're asking something.
Yes, nothing actually. Hello, are you able to
Yeah, yeah,
listen me, sir?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mention.
in Power BI, actually, in the today's function, along with the date, default starting day time also will
Time
come.
also. Yeah.
Yeah,
But here it
it's
is
not
not
like,
like that. Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
here it's not coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only current date only it will be displayed. Understand? So today means current date. Okay. Now means current date and time will be displayed. Okay. So whenever you want to use the today function, you can use it. Next one is trim. You know, right, what is trim will do? Trim means removing a spaces. What is that? Removing a spaces is called as trim. That's it. Okay. Let's see. There are so many things are there. L trim, R trim is there. Not required. If there is any spaces you want to remove means directly you can use trim function. Okay. See here. Suppose for example, in this particular one, see here. Suppose for example, I'm creating another column, trim. Yeah, right. Okay. In this trim function, see, in this trim function, you just need to mention the text. Okay. So in this trim function, how the spaces are removed? If before starting of the character, if there is any spaces are there, after end of the character, if there is any spaces are there, those only it will remove. It won't remove between word spaces. That means, suppose, suppose for example, some spaces are there. After that, power, space, apps. Like this, it will be there. Okay. In the after end of the character s, there are some spaces there. So what trim function will do? Before starting of the character, what is the starting character here? P is the starting character. Before P, is there any spaces there? Yes, that it will be removed. After end of the character, complete string. After end of the string, is there any spaces there? What is the end of the string here? Yes. After S, is there any spaces there? That it will be removed. But in between words, if it is space is there, this won't be removed. Very important point. Understand clearly or not? So let's see how it will works. Now see, P before whatever space is there, that it will be removed. After end of the S, if there is any space is there, that it will be removed. Understand clear or not? This is how the spaces will be removed for that particular string. Understand? See, I'm passing a static value here. Instead of static value, you can pass the column name also. Okay. But here, in any of the column doesn't have any spaces are there. That's the reason I'm giving a static value here. Understand clearly or not? Okay. This is how the trim function. Okay. Next one is table. Table means if you want to create a temporary table in Power Apps, if you want to create a temporary table in Power Apps, then we have to use a function called table. Let's see. If I want to create a temporary table means you have to use table function. Okay, let's see. Yeah, suppose for example, another table I'm taking. Right, it's not good. Suppose for example, in this data table, like in this one, okay, what I want to do is data table I'm creating table. I'm applying a table function. In this function, okay, what it is, you can create your own records, you can create your own columns, and under the columns you can pass the columns records for that particular columns. Okay, so inside the table you have to open curling braces. Okay, inside the curling braces only, first you have to give the column name, colon, and value here. Okay, whatever value, comma, like how many columns you can give, column name, colon, value, column name, colon, value, like this. Suppose I'm giving name here. Okay, colon, and the value of the name is ABC. This is one record. How many records you want to enter? Those many curling braces. Like see here, ID is 2, comma, and name. This one is like PQR, like this. That's it. These two records are fine. Close the bracket. Now, previously, actually another column is there, right? That you have to remove it and you can add those columns now. Whatever new columns, ID and name, right? Select these columns. What records I created there in that one? Those values. Means table is nothing but it will create the temporary table. Okay. Like in Power BI, you have a function called data table. Here table, that's it. Okay, so in this table, in the for each and every record curling braces are required. Okay, first you have to give the column name, column, value, comma, like how many columns you wanted, column name, column, value, column name, column, value. For one record, one curling braces. How many records are required? Those many curling braces. You have to open it and you have to give the values for the particular one. Understand clearly or not? Okay. So we can stop it here. Most probably tomorrow I will try to complete all the functions of this one. Okay. Once it is completed, we just need to go through all the functions once again. And after that, next one is blank canvas app. We need to create it. That is the topic. After that, we need to go to the model driven apps. Okay. There are so many options are there. I have to discuss those options there itself. Understand clearly, Emma? Anyone having any doubts? Let me know. Prabhavati, Rupali, Nima. Okay. Okay. We can stop it here. We'll continue. Okay. Rupesh, yeah, tell me, Rupesh. Rupesh, you are raising a hand, right? Yeah, tell me.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, in table functions, suppose we are passing ID and name. These are the two columns, right? And
Yeah,
if we are for the one record, suppose we are
hello. Yeah, tell me, Rupesh. Your voice is, I'm not able to hear your voice. Rupesh. Is it my problem or someone? Prabhavati, I think he got disconnected. Okay. Okay. So maybe we'll discuss tomorrow. Nothing will happen, right? Maybe his network issue is disconnected. Dataverse topic. Yes, Kundan, don't worry yet. Dataverse is also there. Dataverse is nothing but storing a data into the Power Apps. Okay. So those also we can discuss, and we can load our local data into the Dataverse, and those related Dataverse table, we can use it in the Canvas app. Okay. We can pull that and we can load that. That also we discuss it. Don't worry. Each and every topic I will complete it. Okay. Tell me, Rupesh.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Due to some network issue, I
Yeah,
disconnected.
yeah.
Sir, for the table functions, suppose we have two columns, right? ID and the name.
Yeah.
Now, in the ID, first column, first row, if you are passing some value, and for while adding the data to the second column, if the column name is different, okay, suppose here the ID and ID is same, right? But for
Yeah.
while
I
adding the
understand. I understand. See here.
yeah,
Suppose, for example, here ID is there. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Here name is there. Here I'm giving product ID.
Okay,
Right? This is what your doubt is, right?
correct, yeah.
So run this one. See. What will happen? See, is that two record is showing here? No.
No,
Because what will happen here it is, suppose for example, that product ID column is generated in a new column. Understand? So that means
okay,
what will happen if the column names are same, if the column values you want, whatever you want, you can take. If the column names are different, then it will take it in the new column. That means, so
mm-hmm.
in Power BI, there is in transform data, there is an append query system. In that append queries also, same thing it will do. If the column names
Okay,
are same, then in all the column values are generated in one column itself. If you are mentioning any column is different, then it will create it in the new column and it will show the values. And here also doing like this. If you are giving
oh,
a different column, it will
mm-hmm.
create in the new column and it will show that particular value.
Okay, got it.
Understand clearly or not?
Yeah, got it, sir. Got it. Thank
That's
you.
the reason always you have to give the same column names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anyone having any doubts? So we can stop it here. We'll continue tomorrow. Bye, guys.